So Jerry Jones,
Freudian
right?
slip.
My thing about it is like Kyrie posts a link to Hebrews and Negroes, and they literally lynch him like virtually across the internet, right?
Almost has to leave the
This guy
NBA.
actually appears in an old school lynch mob for desegregating schools, and everybody is just like, you need to leave him alone. And I'm like, that's ownership because he owns the team. They can't do anything to him. But
Right.
Kyrie shares a link, and they got this dude. They're giving this dude 10 commands of humiliation
Right.
to stop him, to punish him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's really ownership, but that's also hypocrisy. That's the double standard.
No, that always happens. Yeah.
Because whenever something happens to a black man does some eons ago, they lynch him across the internet.
Yeah, it's like wildfire,
When a
right?
white man does it, you need to get over it. Right, yeah.
Well, in this specific case, a lot of people are saying that it doesn't even make sense. So, like, if we're tying it to the Chris Brown situation again, Chris Brown's situation happened what was that, like 15 years ago? He's had room to grow, and people are saying he should be forgiven. Give the man another chance. We heard somebody on another show, not naming names, say something similar to the Jerry Jones situation. It's 65 years ago, something like that, 60 something years ago. The man's had decades to grow. So some are saying, is it even sensible for us to be talking about a 14-year-old racist?
I think so, because how are you going to tell people what they can and can't talk about, right? They're mad at the fact that you have the nerve to even talk about it. They want you to just see, oh, this guy used to be a Klansman. I'm sure he's fine now. Yeah, that's how they want you to react to it, right? But you see some guy who has all this power and influence, right? And it's the double standard of it all, right? They're having a problem with you talking about it. Kyrie actually gets met with serious action for the things he says or does, whether it's relevant or not, whether it's recent or not. You other people get pancaked for stuff they do previously, but this guy owns the team, so you can't do anything to the boss man, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want you to even talk about him. It's not like this guy is facing any kind of consequences. They just said it. Isn't it interesting? This guy appeared in a racist photo. He probably is still racist, and there are many people his age who are still extremely racist.
Well,
Odds are he's a racist.
Well,
Like that's what all people are saying.
yeah, and to speak to what you were saying about the punishment, the punishment is supposed to come from the cancel culture, quote unquote.
Right.
It's supposed to be in the hands of the people to do the canceling of the owners and the people that are in the authority role. Is anybody going to cancel him? No. Why?
Because cancel culture isn't actually. I mean, to a certain degree, it's real, right? But when I'm talking about just straight internet cancel culture, that isn't real. Now, when it comes with people making decisions high up, then we can talk a little bit more. But in this sense, who high up is going to be able to cancel this guy? He owns the team.
The NFL?
What about the Suns? That's true. Could they force him to sell? Do they have power to do that? And they won't,
I believe they do.
because this is not enough.
I'm only saying
Okay.
that because in the NBA they do
This
the same
isn't
thing.
enough because he has deniability. It's not like he's running around saying N-word.
Wait, what are you talking? Are you
It
talking
really is
about?
just-
Is the NFL? Does the NFL have a case against firing Jerry Jones, removing Jerry Jones?
That's all I'm saying is like, since he's an owner, how could they actually remove him? Or do they have some kind of council that will force him to sell? And they won't do that because they have nothing. There's really nothing. Him appearing in a photo doesn't really mean
You don't think
anything.
it's enough?
No.
Yeah, because it's not like an offense or anything.
He can deny it. He
Yeah.
can straight up deny it, and you can't say anything.
Yeah,
He
it's
could
not
just
like
say-
he
he
was
literally
walking
could
around
say,
the workplace.
You know, I made some bad decisions in Friends, and I wasn't a racist, but they were, and they just kind of said, "Hey, we're gonna go march and protest against this," and he just was curious and tagged along.
Literally what he
How
said.
could you
Just
argue it?
curious.
That's what that's what I heard. Yeah. So how could you can't even argue it? So
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, odds are the dude's a racist. Like a lot of people from that era still on the same nonsense, and we're in these same pictures.
Hey,
They
if
haven't
anybody has,
changed.
if anybody, sorry to talk over you, if anybody has any examples of Jerry Jones being anti-racist and an ally for minority groups and marginalized groups, I'd like to see it. Then I will then call him not racist.